Welcome back to SwitchStars, my name's Luke, and today on the channel I'm bringing you a quick little review of Helicopter Simulator Rescue Sim, the latest trash simulator title from Success Games. And I'm not going to pussyfoot about in this one because the game is absolute wank and you should most definitely avoid it. So drop a like, subscribe for more Switch reviews and content, and let's get into it. So, as with all of these horrendous titles, we get a very basic main menu with a picture of a helicopter on it and a settings menu which contains nothing but sound settings. But trust me now, you're going to want to turn off the music in this one because it's a single shitty hip hop beat which plays constantly on repeat and starts to do your tits in after about the first couple of playthroughs. Following this though, you can then start the game and sit through a lengthy load screen whilst it loads in all of those glorious assets. Now, the game is broken down into days, and day 1 acts as a bit of a tutorial, with it first having you walk to your helicopter and board it, only to find that it needs refueling, requiring you to get back out of it and then head back into your warehouse and purchase fuel, which appears to be the only thing that the shop sells in the game. The fuel will then appear in your base in the form of a portable fuel tank, the kind you use to refuel your car with, but after popping open the fuel cap on your chopper and filling her up, you can then board her again, flick all of the switches to start her up and be on your merry way, and you have to go through this same procedure before every single flight. Now, the first mission has you flying through checkpoints to get you used to the controls, and let me tell you now, despite them being simple, these are god-awful and take a lot of getting used to, but you increase and decrease your throttle with the ZL and ZR buttons, turn with the right thumbstick, and tilt or bank with the left thumbstick. The problem here is that whenever you tilt forwards to move forwards, you'll also lose upwards momentum, so we'll have to increase your throttle to compensate for this, which when you come to slowing down and tilting backwards will remain increased, causing you to gain height rapidly. So there's a constant battle with the throttle to maintain your desired height, and you'll constantly be watching the vertical speed meter to ensure it remains as close to zero as possible. Simply navigating through these first few checkpoints becomes an absolute chore though, and after you've done this, you'll then be instructed to land again. But making even minor adjustments to your position is also a massive ball ache, and herein lies the second issue. While you can rotate your camera left and right using the L and R buttons of all things, there's no way to actually tilt it up or down, so you can't actually see what's directly below you, which is especially problematic in a game where you're picking shit up, landing and taking off. The game does have 3 different camera angles, including one situated below you, giving you a view of your chain, but this is angled way too high, so it's about as much use as tits on a goldfish and really doesn't help. And if you're even slightly off with your landing, you'll receive this message: lose. You are crashed. And in fact, if you so much as touch any obstacle in the game, you'll be crashed and have to start the mission over. After successfully completing this first mission though, you can then return to your computer to hand it in, receive a $500 reward for your efforts, and begin your next mission to deliver cargo to a certain place. And this is where the real shitstorm starts with the game. After starting up your chopper and heading over to the cargo platform, a box will then appear out of thin air, which with some careful piloting, you can attach to your chain. You'll then be instructed to follow the checkpoints to fly over to another base in the area, but of course you need to be aware of your surroundings, as hazards such as these wires can disconnect cargo, leading to another fail and another mission restart. Fair enough though, I'm fine with that one, it was my bad, I should have been paying attention. What I'm not fine with though is with this absolute bullshit, where my cargo just disconnects itself for no apparent reason, and it's not as though I was ascending too fast or thrashing about the place, but this bullshit happened to me time and time again, and one time my chain actually knocked over the box, making it near impossible to pick up. After 20 minutes though, I finally managed to deliver it to the station, completing the very first mission in the game, successfully landed and claimed my reward before going to bed. Beginning day 2 though, we get another checkpoint mission as we explore this new station, which, like all of the stations in the game, are pretty much identical, but this time round I needed to hover in the checkpoints for a few seconds for them to register. Upon heading to my final checkpoint though, I flew a little too close to this oil rig and ran into its massive invisible hitbox, so I was of course crashed and had to start over. But the second mission in day 2 was another checkpoint race, back to my original base within a certain time limit, which I managed to complete without much issue. Kicking off day 3, I needed a refuel and decided to buy a multi-pack of fuel to save on some cash, which spawned 5 separate fuel canisters into the map. After refueling, I got to enjoy some more bullshit checkpoint flying as I made my way up to another base situated atop some huge pillars, and this long ass route took me about 5 minutes to complete. But once there I had to pick up some more cargo, this time a large stack of pipes. Lo and behold though, as I set off to deliver it, the pipes started swinging about like a bastard and once again disconnected themselves. And so I'm afraid to say that was the final straw for me, so unfortunately that's all you're getting with this review, because I really cannot be arsed to repeat another long ass checkpoint run only to have the same piece of shit package drop off again for no apparent reason. So far as the simulation aspects go though, they kind of nailed it to a certain extent when it comes to the flying with this one, and I say they as though they actually developed the flying mechanics themselves and didn't just use a pre-built simulator engine, but they also kind of screwed it as well with the constant throttle issues which make the flying more frustrating than fun. Where the real shitstorm comes in though is with the package deliveries, and I'd bet my hairy left bollock that given the track record, transporting cargo is about the only thing you're going to be doing in this one, and that the rescue sim element of the game's title is a load of old shite. But I didn't see any upgrades menu in the game either, so that too could be a load of bollocks, and it could be that fuel is the only thing you can look forward to spending your cash on in this one. Not a full review of this one admittedly, but of what I've played of the game, I'd say that it's one that's best avoided. Did you decide to pick this one up though? And if so, how did you find it and how far did you get in it? Let me know down in the comments section below, drop a like if this review helped you out, and subscribe to the channel for more Nintendo Switch reviews. But for now, thanks to the patrons of the channel for their ongoing support and to you the viewers for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves and game on.